Hey homemakers, welcome back to another video. If you are new here, welcome. I am so happy to have you. My name is Angel and I'm your digital homemaking coach here at Habits of a Homemaker, where I teach you how to cultivate godly character and habits within your home for the glory of God. Today's video is a collaboration with Joy from She Builds Her Home, and we will be sharing 10 tips from each of us on how you can have a smoother homemaking experience. I absolutely love Joy and her vibrant personality. Joy is a Christian homemaker and she is a wife and mother of 2 sweet boys, 2 under 2. And Joy's channel is all about positivity and productivity. She gives tips on how to be a frugal homemaker and just how to be more efficient in your role as a homemaker. She has so much valuable content on her channel. So you all be sure to go over to Joy's channel at She Builds Her Home and make sure that you watch her video where she shares her 10 tips for a smoother homemaking experience. You all go over there, show her some love, leave a sweet comment, and make sure that you subscribe to her channel and leave a pink flower and let her know the Habits of a Homemaker sent you. All right, ladies, so I'm going to jump right into my 10 tips for a smoother homemaking experience. Tip number 1 would be to rise early. This is essential for a smoother homemaking experience because the earlier you rise, the earlier your day can start. You can be more productive, you can get more done, and you can just have a better flow to your day. I have an e-guide on how to be a successful homemaker where I teach women everything they need to know to thrive in their homemaking. And rising early is one of the essential things that I talk about. I share with you ladies how to rise early, how to implement those routines, and how much it benefits you in your day. So you want to make sure that you rise early to be able to maximize the time in your day. Tip number 2 is to declutter and keep decluttering. Having a cluttered environment will not make a good homemaking experience. If you want to have a smoother homemaking experience, it is vital that you keep your house decluttered. Now, I know that this is something that sometimes we can't help. Sometimes our spaces just get cluttered, but that's why I say declutter and keep decluttering. So sometimes you have to do it weekly, sometimes even on a daily basis. Think about those areas in your home that are likely to invite clutter. So maybe you have a table in your entryway that just collects everything. It collects the mail and the keys and, all of the things that you bring into the house. That is something that you want to make sure that you declutter on a daily basis to keep it clean and clear and to make sure that things are not piling up to where it's getting overwhelming. So making sure that you keep things decluttered, that you go through, see what it is that you don't need. Is it something that you can throw away? Is it something that you can give away? You want to make sure that your space is serving you and your family well. So make sure that you are decluttering on a daily basis. Tip number 3 is to prepare for purpose. And what I mean by that is to make sure that you get ready for your day. Make sure that, you rise early and you get ready. So that may mean go ahead and take your shower. Go ahead and brush your hair and make sure that you put on something pretty. In my e-guide, I talk about my homemaking uniform. And so for me, that is getting ready and putting on a nice, beautiful, and comfortable dress and putting on my apron. My apron completes my homemaking uniform. You want to make sure that you are doing those things to prepare for purpose, okay? Your homemaking is purposeful, and prepare for that. Prepare yourself. Make sure that you are ready. You are ready to receive. You are ready to serve. And so if anything comes up during the day, maybe you have a neighbor who stops by or a family member, or you need to go out and do something and handle something, that you can do it because you are prepared. prepared for purpose. You are looking the part, you are ready, and making sure that your mind is prepared as well, making sure that your spirit is prepared and you are ready. So that means getting up in the morning with a spirit of gratitude and thanking the Lord for another day, thanking Him for the opportunity to be able to be the keeper of your home, and making sure that you are being in tune with the Holy Spirit and making sure that you are prepared for purpose. Okay, tip number 4 is to clean as needed and as you go. So oftentimes, people ask me, what is your cleaning schedule? What is your cleaning routine? And for me, I do have things that I do every single day, but I don't necessarily go by a named system or anything like that. I clean as needed. I clean when I see something needs to be cleaned. So for instance, if there are crumbs on the kitchen floor that my kids made at breakfast time and I see that needs to be cleaned up, I'm just going to go ahead and just do it. Because if you just keep ignoring it and you keep walking through the crumbs and you've walked through the crumbs 8 times and your feet are getting dirty and the crumbs are continuing to just spread all over, it would have been so much simpler and easier for you to just slow down and take that moment to just grab the broom and just sweep those crumbs right up, and then it's done. So cleaning as you see the need, meeting the need, when you see it, and cleaning as you go. So for me, sometimes if I'm cooking, for instance, there may be a dish that I'm putting in the oven. And while that is baking, I can use that time to wash up some of the dishes or to, clear off the countertops, wipe the countertops off. You want to make sure that you are being efficient with your time and managing your time well. All right, tip number 5 is prioritizing your task. And I do this by asking the Lord what He wants me to focus on during that day. So you want to see what it is that is the most important thing for you to get accomplished in that day. Because there are some things, yes, that every day they need to be done. But there are some things that are not going to be able to get done every day. And so seeking the Lord and finding out what is it that you really want me to focus on today. Maybe instead of doing deep cleaning today, maybe you need to just focus on having that one-on-one interaction with your children today. Maybe instead of trying to, reorganize the closet, you need to really focus on getting laundry washed and folded today so that your family can have clothes to wear throughout the week. So you really want to just make sure that you are prioritizing your task and being open and sensitive to the Holy Spirit, because the Lord may lead you to give someone a phone call today to encourage their hearts or whatever it is. So just being open and available to hearing from Him and to prioritizing your task for the day and the needs of that day. All right, tip number 6 is to utilize your maids. Now, what do I mean by that? I speak about this as well in my e-guide, and that is utilizing those things that we have to make our homemaking easier. So, whether that's using your air fryer to cut down on cooking time and to cut down on the use of oil, whether that is putting your washer to work, right? Using your vacuum cleaner, so many things that help us to make our homemaking experience run much more smoother. When we think back to homemaking, years ago, centuries ago, or even 50 years ago, there were things that were much harder to do and they took a lot more time, energy, and effort than they do today because they didn't have different things available to them, different resources. So, think about the homemaker who did not have a washing machine and had to use a washing board for everything. Think about the homemaker who did not have an oven, or an air fryer or things like that. And they had to, cook over a wood stove or, had to cook over a fire outside. There's so many different things that we have now that make our roles and experiences as a homemaker be much more smoother and efficient. So utilize your maids. All right, tip number 7 is to put your kitchen to bed. And what I mean by that is going to sleep with a clean kitchen every night. Now, I know that sometimes it's not going to happen. Believe me, I understand. Sometimes, I just end up dozing off, nursing the baby, and then the kitchen is a mess, and I wake up and I'm frazzled bedazzled. But do your best to make sure that you put your kitchen to bed every night. Just how we put our kids to bed, and you have a routine for them, and you go ahead and you give them a bath and you read them a story and all of those different things, and they're able to sleep peacefully. We have to put our kitchen to bed. So going on ahead and making sure that we are bathing the dishes, right, and the countertops, and make sure that we are sweeping up the floors and all of those things, getting our kitchen prepared to go to sleep. Because even when we don't put our kitchens to bed, we don't want them to be up all night. And so them being up all night means the light's been left on, because you don't want to cut it off because it's stuff everywhere, and or you fell asleep and all those different things. And those things run up, bills, electric bills, and they run up the energy and all of that. And so making sure that we put our kitchens to bed and even give our kitchens time to rest, right? And time to recuperate so they can sleep. And then when we wake up, we have an atmosphere that is ready for us to be able to joyfully serve our families and be ready for them, and to have a prepared place. So making sure that you put your kitchen to bed. All right, tip number 9 is making sure you are stocked up on essentials. And a great way to do this is to kind of keep an inventory of what it is that your family needs and the things that you all use most often. So I like to make sure that I have more than enough, because as my mom says, it's better to have and not need than to need and not have. So I want to make sure that I have those things like the toilet paper and napkins, paper towels and laundry pods and all of those different things. And so I make sure to keep that stuff stocked so that we don't get down to the wire, because, who wants to be, using the restroom and find out that they don't have any more toilet paper, and then there's no more toilet paper at all in the house. I make sure that those situations don't ever happen, because we always have more than enough. We always have those essential things ready. So even things that you would keep in your kitchen, making sure that you always have basic essentials like flour and sugar and, seasonings, and just basic ingredients where you could always throw something together, right? Even if you hadn't gone grocery shopping and you didn't have certain things, that you have basic ingredients that you always keep to make sure that you can make something simple like a pasta or pancakes, or just something easy that you can always throw together, even if you haven't gotten to the store. So making sure that you keep those essentials stocked. All right, tip number 9 is to do laundry every day. And so I know that at first this may sound like, oh my goodness, I don't want to do laundry every day, but I'm telling you, it will help you out tremendously. Every morning I go and I put a load of laundry in the washer. So I do this, and then afterwards I start making breakfast and things, but I put it in the washer just so that it can be going, so that I'm utilizing my maid. As I told you all before, I'm utilizing those things that would help me to be more efficient with my time. So while I'm making breakfast, my washing machine is getting another task done for me. And after that, I'm going to put it in the dryer, and then the dryer is going to do that work. And then afterwards, I can just go ahead and fold it up. So making sure that I'm getting laundry done every day will help me to not be overwhelmed, and to have a day where, there are piles and piles of laundry, or to be in a situation where, somebody doesn't have what they need. There's no more underwear. Who wants to not have underwear, right? So making sure that that's getting done every single day so that you can avoid those things, which in turn make your homemaking experience that much more smooth. All right, tip number 10, my final tip, is to make your home your sanctuary. This is so vital. You want to make your home your safe space. You want it to be a place where you and your family can rest and retreat and relax. And so one of the ways in which you can do this, aside from setting the atmosphere and to keeping it decluttered and all of those things, are to beautify your space. Make your home a space where you all love to be. Make it something that you enjoy. Incorporate the things that make you smile, the things that give you peace and joy. You know, if you like yellow and that is your favorite color, make sure that you have yellow accents in your home. I love ducks and I have them in my kitchen. I have little wooden wicker baskets on my windowsill of ducks. And I also have my brass duck bookends that hold my cookbooks, and just incorporating those little things. I love floral patterns. So in my kitchen, I have, floral patterns for my decor and bright colors and things that really make me feel happy and evoke that joy and just my spirit and my family spirit in my home. So you want to make sure that your home is a sanctuary. Beautify it and make it a space where you all love to be, and make it your safe haven and your sanctuary. So thank you, ladies, so much for tuning in. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Be sure to check out Joy's channel as she builds her home and listen to her 10 tips on how to have a smoother homemaking experience. Make sure that you all go and support her, send her some love, leave her some wonderful comments, and let her know that Habits of a Homemaker sent you. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you want to know how to thrive in your homemaking and how to be a successful homemaker, make sure that you purchase my e-guide, How to Be a Successful Homemaker, teaching you everything you need to know to thrive in your homemaking. I have all of the information in the description box and my comment section below on how you can purchase your copy today. Thank you all so much. I love you all, and I will see you in the next video. Mwah. Bye, ladies.